why do some young people become homeless?
Young people don't have to be homeless. However, in a society like ours, some people drift through life circumstances. What I mean is that they become victims of life circumstances. From my professional background, I like to take, right now, if you go to sick case hospital, right? You see about so many children being born just today, let's put say 100, right? Of these children, one of them is going to become a professor like you and I. One of them is going to become the Prime Minister of Canada, just like Justin Trudeau. One of them is going to become a police officer. One of them is going to become a medical doctor. But the sad thing is that one of them is going to end up in jail. And then one of them is going to become homeless. Now, people become homeless not just because they choose to become homeless. But for me, everybody dwell in a system. And that is for us, social work, coming from our perspective, we believe in the person in the environment situation. And the person in the environment perspective is about the fact that we have the micro environment, the mezzo environment, the macro environment, which shapes and influences people's life and their behavior. Unlike the psychologists who always talk about individual situations, we believe that these ecological systems of micro, mezzo, macro would definitely determine somebody's life. Now, let me break it down. At individual level, at a micro level, we have individual friends, family, relatives, right? If you are born into a system or a family system where parents are not there, very poor parents, and yeah, so chances are that you end up become homeless. At a mezzo level, if you are born and raised in a neighborhood, in a school system, where there's no mentorship, in a socially deprived neighborhood, like so many of these in the Toronto area, GTA, Jennifer Finch, Johnson Galloway, some of these socially deprived neighborhood, compared to people who live in Ridgeview, right? So those in a socially deprived neighborhood have a greater chance of becoming homeless. And so because the mezzo factors determine who they are and what their life will be. Then we come to the macro section, that is the policies, culture, norms, values that is ascribed in our society also determine who are we going to be. So my story that these children, one of them is going to end up in jail, going to end up in homeless because of the micro, mezzo, and the macro environment. So for me, people don't choose to be homeless. It is society that push them to become homeless.